everybody! We're about to play some Phoenix Wright. We've got some lag with the audio. Give me 1 second. There we go. That should fix it. Alrighty. So, we're picking right up where we left off. So, let's speak to her and see what she says. I am not sure what's going to happen in this case. I'll be honest. Your sister Iris, right? Yes. So, when did you come to Hazakir Temple? I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home. So you've never left? Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Sister Bikini, I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were. Ah, I see. But didn't you go to college? Maybe enroll in the Ivy University Literature Department? No, I never had an interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need. I see. But once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone, too. It's not exactly something worth bragging about. But I don't see any psyche locks. So I guess that means she's not lying. Please don't stare at me like that. What kind of place is this, anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power or something like that. It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you. Well, I have to admit it's a whole different world up here. Glad to hear you say that. Huh? Talking with dead people. Who does it help, anyway? I hate it. Really? So then why stay in a place like this? Ah. Is something wrong? I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out. Guess it's almost 10 now, huh? Mr. Wright? Yes? If it's alright with you, I'd like you to have this. But this is your hood. It has the power to protect you from evil spirits. Come to think of it, Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too. I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night. I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night. Wait a minute, Sister Iris. Yes? Just now, you called me by my name. Okay, I was waiting for this. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you. I was waiting for this because I noticed this. I noticed this actually last time we played last week. When we first started talking with her, she called us Wright, but we never introduced ourselves. So I was waiting for this to come up. That's... Sister Iris, please, tell me the truth. You and I, have we ever met before? How many? Fucking 5! 5! Iris. Oh, it's almost 10. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow. Fucking 5 psyche locks. Ugh. I need candy for this. This is how I'm getting through this. We got some truffles today. It's my candy of choice today. So my hunch was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try to talk with her again tomorrow. Ah! What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. Sorry, this is my jam. Ah, fuck. That scream. I'm sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there. On the ground. Mistonium! Squish. I just stepped on something soft. Hey! Hey, don't step on my tummy like that. What are you doing lying there in the snow? I passed out. What do you think? The blood-curdling scream was you? Forget about that. Hurry up and call the police. Is there even a phone in the main hall? No, but we still get reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right? I didn't bring it with me. Oh, you're useless. I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. You've got no choice. You have to use the public phone by Dusky Bridge. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Run as fast as you can. Yes, ma'am. If you don't hurry, Iris will. Iris will. It's farther than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. I have to tell Maya what happened, too. Ah! Holy shit! Dusky Bridge is burning down. What the heck happened? What are you doing here? Ah! Oh, what is it? Is it me? Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack. What the fuck is going on, y'all? My name isn't Larry, it's Clarice. Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the inner temple. Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but burning wreck right now. Listen to me. There's been a murder here at Hazakir Temple. What? Murderer might have fled across the bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe. But... Please, call the police. I've got to go. Get out of my way, Larry. It's too dangerous. Nick, wait. Nick. I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. What the fuck? Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety bridge plank snapped and gave away. As I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me, a final terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. What the fuck? I should have just finished this last week had I known we were gonna get to be continued. Phoenix dies. Crazy, huh? As we discussed, like an hour ago, this man can't die, so I don't think he's dead. What the fuck? This fall killed a trained police officer. That's true. Who could that be at this time of night? Yes? Edgeworth speaking. Edgy, get up. It's an emergency. Huh? Larry? Do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Clarice. Clarice Stonium. This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Wait, don't hang up. It's an emergency. It's Nick. He took a really nasty spill. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking. His life is in danger. What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back. You're the only one that can help. My Iris, my beautiful Iris, she needs help. Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry. It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion. As if I expected anything to change. Am I Edgeworth right now? I'm Edgeworth! You didn't tell me! I'm Edgeworth! You're late, Edgy. What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya and Iris Bikini. Huh? Say something, Edgy! Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Stonium. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yes, that's right, you got it. But they arrested her, my sweet little Iris. And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these two items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. Ooh, we have the Magatama! He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking for what I think he is. Could he? I'm begging you, Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? What do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor's a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire courtroom before. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. I'm fucking Edgeworth! This is amazing! I just stop for a minute. This is great. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I'll at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Leary said that he might even die. Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron. How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. Fuck it. Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? He's running a high fever, is drifting in and out of consciousness. Must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Guys! This is great! I need to see what I've got in the court record. This is the map. Okay. Look, we have Phoenix's profile! Guys. Guys. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakir Temple. Hazakir Temple? What's that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power. Spiritual power? Did you go to the temple for that reason as well? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them. In that case, what are you doing at the temple then? I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. Yeah, go to fucking prison instead. That's why I'm there, why I continue to train, to purify my soul. I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime. Alright. I helped clean up after dinner, and then went back to my room about 8 o'clock. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10 o'clock. Bell? We ring it at the same time each night. I see. And then? And then, I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. Frightened? So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder? Yes. However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world? Is there something wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psyche locks. I believe he said that I needed to present this Magatama item in order to do something. So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night? I think it was the result of tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power. You've seen Maya! Maya has literally transformed in the middle of court. I just need everyone to remember this. Okay? These bitches be like, spirit mediums. Yeah, whatever. Y'all, Maya has transformed in the middle of court. Yes, I understand. Most people don't. And I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Donium? No. I'm not the one who took her life. The psycho lock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. Huh. What's wrong? Can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that this is about all you can tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you. Me? Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you. Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth. Then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yes? Do you know Wright? Why would you ask that? Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you? He is a very dear and indispensable friend. I love them! It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it'd be best if he never saw me again. Wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. Dude, I like this music. Okay. I want to double check. I probably don't have what I need. It's literally telling me to go to the crime scene. Use the Magatama? Okay. I wasn't sure if I should or if I should come back. Cause the game. I know about the locks. I wasn't forgetting about the locks, but I was just wondering if I should come back since the game is kind of telling me like go to the crime scene. But I'll go ahead and try it. Let me see. Did I save?
Take that!
Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand? Yes, sir. Mainly just want you to hear the speech bubble. Fair enough. I love it. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That is why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder. Is this what frightened you so much you couldn't even leave your own room? I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have what I need. Looks like I still don't have enough information. I need to investigate further and gather some more evidence. Sure is cold, alright. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh wow! It's you, Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see! It's been about a year? Or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch! And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess, you were transferred by HR to the local precinct? A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. Even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dip Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. Guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? I just got back to the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here? On top of this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through? Yep. Can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross. That's how it goes, right? Or was that leap? And? Is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's not usually a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway? I'm almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? So who's this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He just became prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. He's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is! After all, you know who's right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of grudge. What would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I'd better look into this Godot myself. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep. Last night it snowed the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during snowfall like that. But according to this weather data, lightning definitely struck. I see. It's a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? Got that information from the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry. I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Yo, Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet. Oh, I should have investigated the bridge before I left. No, it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a sec. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? You call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth's a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple years and your heart turns to sherbet. I'd say more like sorbet. It's rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Edgeworth is gay. That's why. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. Should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost! Go back to your charter jet and get out of the sight, you creep. I hope your plane crashes and you die. Let's hear just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Larry! Larry, what did you do? As I suspected, psycho locks. Sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. Short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Bad Larry. Can I examine this fucking door now? This door is important! I feel it in my bones! This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You've got a real flair for words, sir. Always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. That's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example, like a fine wine. It gets better with age. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. I don't want to be mean to Gumshoe! That was harsh, Edgy. That must be the main hall back there. Brilliant deduction, sir. Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe? Brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir. According to Wright, the head nun has important information. Can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. Oh, is that a kitty? Come here. I see a small bell tower from here. Hey, that just reminded me. There's something I've always wondered about. Something tells me he's going to tell me exactly what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. We call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? Or a truer for a guy who tells the truth? Oh man, I'm not going to get any sleep tonight. I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. Suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. Got an idea for a brand new invention. Might even make me rich. An invention? Yeah, a car that can travel in snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Should you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Okay, actually I want to go back to the bridge because I didn't examine it as Edgeworth. Is this the bridge Wright tried to cross? Pretty reckless if you ask me. Amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win cases in court. Blind luck. And dumb luck suits Wright just a little bit better. Some letters are widely engraved into a rough-cut boulder. Dusky Bridge. Certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir. You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. Ah, you're right. It's Dusky Wright after all. Guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore. That's true. So we got one here. Why don't we take a photo as a memento? Well, sure, why not? Oh, darn it, I don't have a camera with me. Let me go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir. What's so special about public phones, and why is he so fascinated by them? It's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack? It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. It's not such a great name, if you ask me. Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. Okay, I think I've examined everything. Let's go. Main gate. Let's head inside. Where's Pearly? Hey, hello there. Gumshoe's my Maya now, isn't he? He's just gonna follow me everywhere. Which is fine, but this is hilarious. Hey, hello there. So, how are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who's this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy like you, such as yourself, is always welcome. Circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. Ah ha ha, if you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Ah ha 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 ha. Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. Channeling Dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard, but your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Oh, you get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. Must have been past 11. Ah, no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. Be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom, and I happen to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Fortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. Wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it is your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad I can't even lift a bucket. No remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt stiff as frozen glass. Just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone? Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. So I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bells for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So does head nun actually see Iris there? I think I better try to get some more details. So this is Acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. After she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 300,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over in the inner temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she's Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl. That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with our dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. Where's Pearl? I need Pearl to be okay. There are more Inza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah! What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue. A super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself, then. Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10, Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. Super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. I don't like being mean to him. It's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it. There are lots of candles lined up on it, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for it. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me? Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the altar candles! That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing many great souls. Huh? This is lesser? What's the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of the Fey Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of the Curian exhibit. It was so large they couldn't bring it through the doors. There's a flowing script written everywhere on the walls. Man, I bet you'd have to be awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? Alright! Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? Oh, it's a warmed cat box. But where are all the cats? It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room. Oh, look at these ancient straw frisbees. Those are a type of zabuton cushions called Enza. Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. This is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. You really gonna defend that nun Iris at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through on my commitment. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, Detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Stonium. Her entire past until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. Estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. Bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! This happens to be the room that Elise Stonium was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Now then, Detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay! Let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to the Hazakir temple. After taking hot baths to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? Pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in the court in the role of defense attorney. However, I'd be quite unhappy if it came that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm the only one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. So I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. Pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such powerful string to pull. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge. Bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. The only thing there is the inner temple. Here's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon? It sure is. It's called a Shichitsuko. I don't remember how to pronounce that word. Shito. I don't know. By the way, nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood? Yep, it's all over the blade. Speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of it too. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints that we got from the younger nun. Defendant. Shichishito. Okay. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon? What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figured it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. Jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Aw! I can't... Oh, man! There's a ladder and I don't have Maya! We can't argue about step ladders! Damn it! Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad? Poor Edgy. It's a lantern. I suppose they light at night. Something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Donium. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes? What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Alright. Truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it! The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. There we go. The main hall of Hazakir Temple is above us here. Hey, you're right, but I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor. Hazakir Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are in different levels. Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier to just build the place slanted, sir? Fail to see how you consider that to be an even remotely good idea. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. What evidence do I have now? Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow. 7 to approximate 10:50. Lightning 10 to approximate 11. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge 11:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Okay. Mutations here. There's something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 in Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Let's go to the detention center. Damn it! Where is everybody? Okay, she's here. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. She wasn't there for a second and I was like... I came back because I needed to ask you a few more questions if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that I... Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you.
Take that!
Since I I've been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. My years in court have seen it happen over and over again. That is why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? I didn't mean that.
Take that!
I found this in the main hall. It's addressed to you. Ah, that's... Well, Iris? Why? Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you. Isn't that correct? It's the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock. Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way. But, Mr. Edgeworth... Yes? I thought that the letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret to be told to.
Take that!
Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That is why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. Reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. With the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is a secret that you locked away in your heart. Yes. Looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night? Yes, that's exactly right. Trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. Going to win so you and Phoenix can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you'll tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakir Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. Said she saw you stab Miss Elise Donium with a sword. One other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. Yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. What the fuck is going on? I do want to try one thing. Oh, hold on. It's called a demon warding hood. I gave that to Mr. Wright last night. He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today. It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits. If it's so important, then why did you give it to him? Last night, I felt something. I felt that something terrible was going to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip. We wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank God for inner monologue. Okay. That was a big thing I wanted to show her. Hold on, I want to check something. That's what I thought. Her staff is missing its orb. So now I know where Heavenly Hall is. Let's go check that out. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. I wonder. Oh my God. Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is going to be prison, I guess. Steal the detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh! Be quiet and listen. I knew it. Shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I've got an objection. What the? Edgy, you dirty rat! Gumshoe, you oaf! I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting an objection. In a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? What is this little shack, anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Aw, oh, come on. I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds like a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? Let's get an all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris. Why are you so sure that she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Oh, Larry. Mr. Retworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. Sure, Nick would be surprised. Never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him to the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? That kind of attitude, and you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, chill out with the scary eyes, I got it. If you really want to know, last night, saw something incredible. Something incredible? Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days? Especially with him.
Take that!
This is so much fun. I love being here. This is great. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. Around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. I had just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then it was on fire! The bridge was on fire! Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There's still 3 psychologs remaining. Means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as a jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's possible for you to have seen the lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room.
Take that!
This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakir Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. Main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I read the situation on this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed the lightning strike at Dusky Bridge was here.
Take that!
Nope, that was wrong. Oh, place you lightning struck was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would it be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it can fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're totally in a different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a faire de cour. Think you mean affaire de cour. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no. You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you.
Take that!
There's only one person you wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. Do you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. I mean, it's the letter, right?
Take that!
Here's your evidence. I called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. First of all, what is this at the top of the letter? It says salutations here. Well, that's what it says in the book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. Why, I'm so sorry. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly it could melt all the snow on this mountain. Oh, then what's the secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? Talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she won't want that old lady Bikini to know about it, right? Thought our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. Alright, then why did you send her a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break, it's not my fault I didn't have any other envelope. Yeesh! Why were you so quick to apologize, pal? 'Cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's what all those huge locks are about? I don't understand why you're so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on now, don't let it get you down. Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's still hiding something, I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy just said a minute ago. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry! What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. I already told you, didn't I? Saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? That's all there is to your story. Your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? What? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Ah! How many? Holy shit. No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? Just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. I'm continuing. We still got an hour. I'm invested at this point. Usually I would take a break between like investigation and trial, but we got time. I'm invested. I'm Edgeworth. This is fun. Oh my, Mr. Larice feels that way about me? Apparently. He isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. In any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. This is just prepping you for the Edgeworth games. This is fun. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donio, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed, don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris, it's a prosecutor's job to doubt the people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people and to believe until the bitter end. That is what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been instructed. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. I'm just... This is fun. And I still don't know what's going on. It's this dude. I still, like, I haven't put it together yet. Pearl is involved somehow. I know that much. I don't know what Pearl's done, but she's involved somehow. I just hope she didn't do it. I don't think she did anything wrong. That doesn't seem right. But Pearl is definitely involved somehow, and no one knows where the fuck she is, and that scares me. She's like 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakir Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor! Look at this little man! Pearl is in your room, though. She is. She's around here somewhere. I don't know where she went. You did hear her. She was over here meowing. I don't know where she went, though. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant...
Objection!
No! Holy shit! Question mark, question mark, question mark. Bitch, I know who that is! What if you just won there? That'd be fucking great. But look! The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma? Legends are a thing of the past. I'm a von Karma. That is all. Upon special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? Almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say? There's no such weakling as this man among the prosecutor's office. She about to beat us up. There isn't, but I'm sure once before in this courtroom. Ah! I told you, there's no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip at...
Hold it!
I have no objection to the whip. This feels like a fanfic. Like, this feels like something that didn't actually happen in Ace Attorney, but something that, like, someone would write a fanfic of. But I'm playing Ace Attorney! Like... You don't? Prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you to slip through my fingers. He's wearing Phoenix's badge. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Ah! The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well. Miss von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. This is amazing! I can't even, like, handle this. I just need a second. Edgeworth straight up was like, everyone knows I'm a prosecutor. What favors can I call in? Hey, can I get a different judge for this case and a different prosecutor? Like, did he just straight up call Von Karma and just be like, hey sis, I need you to be a prosecutor in this case for me. And she was just like, sure? Like, what did he promise her? I guess he promised her Phoenix Wright, because she said she thought she was facing Phoenix Wright, but like, I just need to know how this conversation went. Also, you can just request a different judge. I love that. I love it's just like, yeah, I need a different judge. You can do that? Cool. The murder victim is the famed picture book author Miss Elise Donium. Her body was found in the Hazakir temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Oh my, what awaited I? Kato! Hi, Kato! There's no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there's a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Oh, she's so short! Young judge looks like an orangutan. It's just a different judge. It's not a young version of the other judge. This is present day case. But he does look like an orangutan. New judge looks like an orangutan. Yeah. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure about being sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakir Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Ah! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. For those lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. Ah ha ha ha! In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Is he supposed to be Canadian? These are so good. I've got truffles. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help out the acolyte and returned to Hazakir Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I need a long, hot soak. So after I'd finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakir Temple? Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. Sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with the testimony I can see. You're not about to fall for the first hurdle, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Yes, these truffles are very yummy. Go ahead and save.
Hold it!
I can't get used to it. What is this inner temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be the ones asking you questions, madam. In order to do that, a place of strong spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? It's all quite exacting. Can't be performed without a nun's supervision. Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. Tutor with a whip, in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakir Temple, where the murder took place?
Hold it!
Violently? That's right! It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. Can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training. Ha 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 ha! On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again? That's right, raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
Hold it!
You left Iris to help? With what? What do you think? The Acolyte's training, of course. Just past 10 p.m., so we're starting to enter the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the Acolytes so that they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions.
Hold it!
So you returned to the Hazakir temple in order to take a bath? My back is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world, after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? This is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going on about? I was, pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. Lowest of the low. Look at him! I love when he does his face. Is there some sort of kick me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Now you know how Phoenix feels. Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand? So...
Hold it!
The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There's indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness' memory and observation skills are. Okay. It rearranged all my stuff. Okay. Okay, so I'm probably just fucking stupid. Miles is like, there's one thing wrong with her testimony. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's as simple as this. I have, right? Let me double check that I have what I think I is. Yeah. Let me save.
Objection!
Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakir Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. Discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after the ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakir Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie, which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? Ah, well, that isn't exactly what My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then I suppose it is too early to end this cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. It's naive to think that alone will do the trick. Please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Let us return to the cross-examination. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Ooh, I've got this. I'm gonna press it anyway, but I think I know exactly what to show to this. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You young man, you need to get your estimation of me from off the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. Smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake. Thinking I made a mistake. An excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. I know exactly what it is. She couldn't have been dressed as she was at dinner because the hood was given to Phoenix.
Objection!
Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant who you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course! That's a very important piece of clothing, I have you know. Ah ha ha ha! Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That is the question of the day, isn't it now, Miss Von Karma? Odd you note this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the Irish she saw would have been missing this very hood. I love playing as edgy. Look at her on this fucking crate. This is not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order in the court. Witness your response. Sister, this hood, you have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. This is quite strange. If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as these will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you should continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. Just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. I finished my bath around 11 and thought I should return to the inner temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. Took a look and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out into the courtyard. Stabbing us almost occurred after she was pushed out of her window. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two court, and me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Well, I already see some contradictions, I think. I don't know which one I need to check something. Body fell after death. How did she know about the falling?
Hold it!
What makes you so sure of all this? It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump, just like that. You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. Autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height. It appears the witness was not mistaken then. Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakir Temple. There's only 2 of them working there. What's wrong, Miles Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark? Doesn't feel like she is lying. This is very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the incident in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only 2 things I can believe in right now. My client, Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney. Okay. I think I need to present the autopsy report, because it says she fell after death.
Objection!
Why is it that I'm playing as Edgeworth and suddenly I'm like, I know what I'm doing? Clearly, Phoenix has gotten to me. Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? I've updated it. The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right! It says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. The defendant stabbed and then killed the victim there in the courtyard. How did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. She was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of struggle in Miss Denonium's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Ah, no traces of blood were found in the victim's room. It was just called traces of blood to be found in my glorious playoff beard. However, if there was no blood in the room, then your claim that... I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. Perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place, which removes all of the contradictions. Order, order, order. I must admit this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska Von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clear testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. Wait till winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. I knew Von Karma was gay. With the whip. Oh boy, all right, all right. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's right, when I fainted, you can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma's strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisco Von Karma. And I am here to teach you just that. Dude, I'm having so much fun. I want a chocolate.
Hold it!
At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course, so I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm sure that you didn't. Weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instance in which the victim was stabbed?
Hold it!
Think carefully. This is very important. You seem to match the confidence of the character you're playing as. As soon as you're Edgeworth, you're like, I got this. Yeah, I'm Edgeworth. I got this. I'm gonna beat up Von Karma. It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body. Might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. Never seen so much blood before.
Hold it!
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right! Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? One thing I've learned is that you should always press further, even if it seems like a bad idea at first. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed, but now you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out. Witness, you will add the statement to your testimony. Oh, was it that important? More important than you can imagine. I saw the incident in which the blade, plunged into the hilt, was smoothly drawn out.
Hold it!
Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Ami. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from that gaping wound. It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? Can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. Something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened.
Hold it!
Was the bleeding caused by the killer removing the sword? No mistaking, I remember it all, clear as day. Don't you think that's a bit odd? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? Why would the killer pull out the sword? What? All she wanted to do was place the weapon in the hand of the gold statue, and there was no reason to remove it from the body. All that would have accomplished is causing the victim to bleed unnecessarily. Your thoughts, Miss Von Karma? That's... Indeed. It is strange now that you mention it. I'm going to need to find an answer to this mystery, too. Anyway, the witness saw something terrible. So what did you do after that, witness?
Hold it!
Now, on to what the killer did next. You saw none of it, correct? Well, I was unconscious. How long were you out for? I don't know. 10, maybe 20 minutes? A young man with a very prickly-looking head woke me up. By stepping on me, actually. Not sure I like that method of resuscitation. Well, I wasn't asking for mouth-to-mouth or anything of the sort. But I would have welcomed a more gentle awakening right about then, let me tell you. Shall have words with the offender personally. What did you see upon awakening?
Hold it!
By Mystic Ami, you're referring to the golden statue, correct? Just stabbing someone with the... Hold on. I go... Oh, it's a pronunciation. Shichishito. Shichishito. A sacred treasure is terrible enough, but to then make Mystic Agni hold the blade. Truly, a heinous, despicable crime. It's easy to despise something. Anyone can do it. However, there is something that cannot be done so easily. Whatever is it, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what's the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that? No, I don't think I can. There isn't always a logical reason behind why someone acts. That's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I'll often find myself. There isn't always. That phrase might come in handy someday. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why was it necessary to use the Shichishito from the Ami statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue? If I can expose these flaws to testimony, then perhaps I will begin to find the truth. See something. Well, one thing she said, and maybe I'm overthinking this, maybe this isn't that big a deal, but she said it was buried up to the hilt. Only the tip is covered in blood. Also, how could it have smoothly glided out? Y'all see the shape of that sword? Ain't no way she pulled that out smoothly. That's what I'm saying. So, I'm gonna try the sword. Because that's the biggest thing to me. Is,
Objection!
yeah. Sister Bikini, you're a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, his sheet-eating grin is my fave. I love Edgeworth so much. I'm so happy to be playing as him. The weapon was thrust to the hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please, explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear to be strong enough for that. Objection! Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. The objection stands. I whipped a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the Shichishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly. It may still sometimes stop the blood. Ah, I'm not finished. Ah! There's still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more? This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Bitches! I was right! If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be more blood along the entire length of the sword. Order, order! Wah! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. This whole thing is making my bisexual panic go crazy. I'll help you out. They were raised as siblings, too. Like, this is all sibling rivalry, too. They're adopted siblings, but they were raised as siblings. Yeah. That's why they're both like this. They're both freaks because they were raised by the same freak. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito. What? A foolishly foolish idea from the foolish mind of a full-heartedly foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon? Well, it's because Mystic Ami was holding it. Exactly. However, as you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon. Order, order, order! So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten to us as if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw into the pile. Trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was... it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean, maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then, I think we need to hear the testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. I'm angry! What the fuck? What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Angry. I saw the murder around 11 p.m. And after asking to be reported, I went to the main gate. And there I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon in the Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of Main Gate. Here's a photograph. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hazakir Temple and run all the way along to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Just double checking everything I have. Okay. 1050. Okay. Okay, I need to press because I don't have an idea right now.
Hold it!
You're sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. Acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakir Temple. Estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister.
Hold it!
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right, the one who trampled me. Seems she is the type to hold a grudge. Isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared. It was taking him a while to get back, so I thought I'd go by the main gate for a spell.
Hold it!
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's it. That's the only one we have. To run no matter how much snow falls. Now you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. Not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question. Was it still warm at that time? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? Playing in a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that the snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Ah, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason, the only snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it? Curses. Seems highly likely the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Hazakir Bridge by snowmobile?
Hold it!
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. Fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. Tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Hold it!
Refresh your memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that it's more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
Hold it!
Well, it would have been possible time-wise. One element remains out of place here. Oh, and what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Is there any reason to go and throw the murder weapon away? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. And all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Swool Nerd. What's up? You'll never guess who's here. Just wait a minute. Let me figure this out. Summer 11. You just got home from work? Let me show you something, Swool Nerd. Pay attention. I need you to pay attention to this.
Hold it!
Look who I'm playing as! And wait a minute. Look who our prosecutor is. Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. Look who our prosecutor is. And this is a current day case. We are not in the past. I'm trying to figure out, drive a snowmobile. Okay. I'm wondering if I need to present someone's... I'm missing something. Prosecutor at 13? Jesus. Oh yeah, she's a prodigy. I'm missing something, guys. I feel like it has to do with this. 10:50. She saw the murder at 11. That would be enough time. From approximately 10 to 11. Lightning didn't wake her? Hold on. I'm missing something. I can feel it. I'm like, there's something obvious I'm missing. I feel like it has to do with this freaking weather report. But maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm just an idiot. No, I've got this. Couldn't ride the snowmobile if it was lightning or snowing at 11 or 10:30, at least not that quick. Well, it wasn't snowing anymore by 10:50, and she said she saw the murder at 11, and the lightning stopped at 11. It struck the bridge at 10:45. But it means the bridge would still be on fire, because the bridge caught fire at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Okay. But is that relevant right now? It's the only question. I feel like it is. If she drove the snowmobile over there and saw the damn thing on fire, why would she come back and not call anybody? I guess it just proves, yeah, she didn't want anybody to see the murder. I still feel like I'm gonna try it. I mean, might as well, right? It's the only hunch I've got right now.
Objection!
Ah, damn it. Damn it. That wasn't it. Okay. Here's I've yet to adjust being on this side of the courtroom. Yeah. I'm missing. Oops! I hit the wrong button. I set the controller down in my lap. And I hit the button. 10 to 20 minutes.
Hold it!
Killer's reasoning. What can I show about the killer's reasoning? Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon?
Hold it!
I read all this earlier, so that's why I'm not rereading it.
Hold it!
Yes, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Bridge.
Hold it! Hold it!
Talking about how she can ride the snowmobile. Okay, I'm missing something real obvious, and I know it. I feel like it has to do with the time. I still feel like this is relevant, this weather, but I could be like...
Objection!
No, okay, we're gonna reload that because I don't want to lose those points. What am I missing here? It's something very obvious. Who's texting me? One second. No. Nothing relevant. Okay. Oh, I got chocolate in my controller. Oopsie. Oops. Okay, Zeffy, I need a hint. I'm super lost all of a sudden. I know the weather bit is relevant. I think I'm just jumping the gun. I think maybe that's not part of this testimony, but I know the weather bit is relevant. Like the lightning and the bridge being on fire. And maybe I'm jumping the gun with it. Show me the whole testimony real quick, okay. I saw the murder around 11 p.m. After asking it to be reported, I went to the main gate. There I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. I feel like I'm missing something very obvious. I also think I'm jumping the gun with this weather thing, but I know that's relevant at some point. One more time. Saw the murder at around 11. After asking to be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. I'm missing something obvious and I know it. I think of a good hint without giving it away. It's one of those where it's kind of just like, I'm missing something very obvious, aren't I? Were you already asked to press further on the testimony when pressing one statement? Yeah, I pressed further on that. I think that was on this one.
Hold it!
Snowmobile's outside. Yeah, the engine was still warm. Pressed further. It was still warm at the time. She said there was no snow on it. I'm guessing this is relevant then. It's something on this. Snow wasn't on it. The engine was still warm. How can I prove? There's no snow on it here either. The snowfall ended at 10:50, which tracks with what she saw. Contradiction involves a photo. Okay, that actually helps. I don't think this photo's relevant. This is not a photo, but... I only have a couple relevant photos then. Okay, that narrows it down. It's gonna be one of these two. I'm not quite sure I get it, but I'm pretty sure this is the only photo that I feel is relevant to her. second. I'm sorry. I'm thinking I've got something, but I don't know. I'm really lost. I think I had something and I don't know. I lost it. I got real confused in my own head. The contradiction involves a photo. I pressed further on this statement. What am I missing? What am I fucking missing? I'm a dumbass. Can't be this photo, can it? It's the only other photo I have. Hold on. Let's double check. Footprints leading away also, and I feel like that's what's relevant, but I don't know where to present this. Okay, I'm just gonna guess.
Objection!
Oops. I don't know. Okay, I give up. I need to take a break. It's 9:13 anyway. We can probably come back to this. I wanted to finish this half of the trial today, but I don't know if I've got it in to get this right. I'm tired. And I can't think all of a sudden. You're so close to recess? Okay, then I'm gonna keep going. Who took the damn photo? You know, if you need nothing, I might. I really am lost. I'm about to just start presenting a fucking photo on every fucking statement. All of a sudden, like, I just can't think anymore. I don't know how you play this game at 3 in the fucking morning. I want to die playing it at 9. It's a statement where she looks angry. Oops, I went too far. Okay, so 11. For this one. Okay. It has to do with the picture.
Objection!
That's simple. What am I missing though? I admit this photograph proves something. Proves the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. I still don't know what the contradiction is. Miles is about to tell me, though, but I don't know what the contradiction is. I'm just guessing. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? Okay, I was thinking that and thought I was just stupid. What do you mean? Iris left Hazakir temper, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those heading out from the bridge and those coming back. This doesn't seem kind of like God Ace Attorney player. I'm totally looking all this up. I don't remember any of this stuff, and I'm paying like half attention to the game. I figured you had a guide pulled up. Ah, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. While she was stopped at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the returning tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? Yes. This idea that snowfall covered one set of tracks. Let me double check. Make sure I'm not crazy. Yes, incorrect. The tracks to the river are covered by the snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there's a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. I knew this would be relevant. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course. This means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It's the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11, the snow had already stopped falling. It's impossible for any tracks to be made up after that time to have been covered up. I thought I was just stupid and they were going to be like, well, she just used the same tracks, I guess. But no, I was right. There was only one set of tracks. I just wasn't confident enough in my answer. Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? You gotta be more confident. You're Edgeworth. You're right. I let myself get. I let that fact get forgotten. I'm Edgeworth. I've got this. I always win. Edgeworth always wins. He only loses to Phoenix. Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may still have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11. It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh? What? How did she pull that off? It had stopped snowing at Hazakir Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Oh, I know it'll. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Huh. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? I've got this, because I was thinking about it earlier. There's no snow on the body.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Donium. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be 2 sets of tracks. Order, order! Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakir Temple. Larry. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakir Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakir side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakir Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakir Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. Order! Order in the court. What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. Usually when this music starts playing, I got something I gotta pick. That's why I keep saving. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of the tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used a snowmobile to return to Hazakir Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I've nothing more to add. Told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge that night? I don't think that's likely. It's cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may have well gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor, actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, this individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he's our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? Larry!
Take that!
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Leduc's guide to obnoxious French painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Donia. Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about on that outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well. Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Ms. Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Thank God. I need a break because my brain is broken. But I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. Okay. We're going to save there and turn this off. Okay. Stretch. I always bump my ears when I do this. Okay. We are going to raid somebody because it is 9:30 and I want to go to bed. Okay. We are going to raid Chixima. She is playing BlazBlue. So, I will see you guys on tomorrow. I haven't actually posted my schedule because I'm really bad. I also had to talk to my boss and double check what I was working tomorrow. So, tomorrow morning, I'll play some Animal Crossing. And we'll just hang out in my island. And then Thursday is Ace Attorney. So, I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10. Yes, 10. And I will post my schedule as soon as this stream is done. So, we're going to raid Chixima. And she's playing BlazBlue. So, I love you guys. Bye.